Who is going to be the player of the tournament, the surprise of the tournament, and quite frankly, who's going to be the best player? That's really what it boils down to today, ladies and gentlemen, in this video. So let's talk about two criteria that we're going to look at. We're going to look at the young player of the tournament, and we're going to look at just the overall best player of the tournament. And while I don't think those two are going to be so much different, I think the young player of the tournament is going to be very, very close to the best player of the tournament. I do think there are going to be two separate answers. So I wanted to talk to all of you about this and just see what you all think about my thoughts, my predictions for this tournament. So my young player of the tournament, I'm going to be very biased here, as you could probably tell based on my Bayern kit. I'm going to say the young player of the tournament is going to be Jamal Musiala. Quite frankly, Jamal Musiala, as a Bayern fan, he's got very clear weaknesses. But his strengths are so overwhelmingly strong that he is most likely going to be a starter for Germany, and I think Germany is probably one of the most underrated countries for this World Cup, because they haven't been that great. They have a lot of weaknesses. They have a lot of deficiencies. They don't have a striker. They have problems in their squad. Whereas you could say that for other teams they don't have as much of a problem in the squad. But I think Jamal Musiala is one player that a lot of people they have on their radar, but don't have as their standout player for this tournament. And so for me, Jamal Musiala, just based on what I think he's going to do in this World Cup, is going to have a tremendous World Cup. Quite frankly, I think he is going to be the player that's going to have, the most assists in this World Cup. It's not going to be De Bruyne. It's not going to be Messi. It's going to be Jamal Musiala kicking off, from where he left off with the team, kicking it off in a national country. So I think that he's going to be, in my opinion, the young player of the tournament. And then when we go over to the player of the tournament, it's going to be a tricky one. But I think it's actually going to boil down to two choices. And I think my vote really goes to one, and that's Neymar. I think Brazil probably have the best team in the World Cup. I know a lot of people say, Argentina. Maybe some people say France. I think Argentina have a few weaknesses. And I think France, with the injuries that keep coming in, so on and so forth, I think they aren't nearly as strong as they were, 2 years ago, that they were 4 years ago, that they were, during 2014. I don't think France are that good anymore. I'm not saying that they're bad. I just don't think for me, they're not the favourites at this point of the tournament. The tournament hasn't started, but they're not the favourites for me at this point. For me, the overwhelming favourites are Brazil, because Brazil has the best players on each position. They've got established players on each position, and they know what their role is, and that's kind of the most terrifying aspect, because typically Brazil always has some of the best players in all positions, but typically what they always lack is that cohesive unit. Yes, they like to sing and dance, they like to party together, but on the football pitch there's often a lack of clear defined roles, and that's sort of what you don't have now, where Brazil, they feel very rigid in their approach, with obviously the Brazilian flexibility that we are known with. So from that standpoint, I think Brazil have the best squad, and I think they're most likely to make it to the final. Now, again, this isn't my video on my prediction of who's going to make it to the final, who's going to win it all, so on and so forth. That's not what this video is about, but this is my prediction of who will be the best player, who will win the best player of the tournament award, and I think it's going to be Neymar. I think this is his tournament to lose, essentially. I know people have been making a debate on Ronaldo, Messi. It's their last World Cup. I don't think Ronaldo has any chance of winning the World Cup. I know it's a World Cup and anything can happen, but I don't think Ronaldo has any chance. And I think Messi, his team has too many weaknesses, despite the fact that Messi has been the best player this season by a long shot. It's not even close, honestly. At the beginning of the season, it was Neymar, and then it turned out to be Messi after 4 games. And since then, no player has been better than him. And it's just insane the kind of football that he's playing. It's insane the kind of football PSG has been playing this season. Predominantly the front two. And Verratti, and that's really it. And just those 3 players. Mbappe has been for his standards, he's been very ordinary. But the front two and Verratti, I feel like they've been so good that they've been able to essentially win games just by themselves. And that is absolutely crazy to me. So that's my prediction in terms of who the best player is going to be, which is Neymar. I'm not saying that he'll win the tournament, but I'm saying that he is going to be the standout player and he's going to win the best player of the tournament award. And then with Jamal Musiala, I think he's going to be the young player of the tournament. Let me know what you all think, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what your predictions are. As I said, there will be multiple videos coming out for the World Cup, so I'm very much looking forward to seeing your opinion and your thoughts, and I'll keep giving you my opinion and my thoughts. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, have a good day, have a nice evening, and peace out.